I'm Tommy Stimson.
This is Brian Bell from Weezer and The Relationship.
This is Gwar.
We're Muncie Gals.
This is Cindy Wilson.
This is Tony.
And this is Miles.
From Fastball.
We're the Regrets. And you're listening to Cigar City Radio.
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 Cigar City Radio is sponsored by No Clubs and StateMedia.com. Find out about upcoming concerts in Tampa Bay by visiting StateMedia.com and tagging No Clubs on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Use the hashtag #WeAreConcerts.
And lucky for us, No Clubs just announced like 5,200 shows. Very excited for Thursday, September 20th. Prefuse 73 is going to be at the Crowbar. Sunday, September 23rd, Lucero and Ben Coles at the Ritz Ybor. Thursday, September 27th, Colony House in Tall Heights at the Orpheum. Also Thursday, September 27th, Matt Kearney is going to be at the Ritz. So that's a 2-show night. We got Colony House at the Orpheum and Matt Kearney at the Ritz. Friday, September 28th, another 2-show night, Dashboard Confessional and All Time Low at Janus Live. And then also going down Friday, September 28th, Andy Grammer is going to be at the Ritz Ybor. Saturday, September 29th, Skizzy Mars on the Are You OK tour at the Orpheum. Wednesday, October 3rd, Trivium is coming to the Ritz Ybor. Trivium. Wednesday, October 17th, Beartooth is coming to the Orpheum with Knocked Loose and Sylar. Just announced Thursday, October 18th, The Breeders featuring Kim Deal of the Pixies is at the Ritz Ybor. That's Thursday, October 18th. So excited for that one. Friday, October 19th, Mike Shinoda is going to be at the Ritz Ybor. And then after October, we've got a super stacked November with Alan Stone, Sebastian Bach of Gilmore Girls fame, Jonathan Davis from Korn, The Main Squeeze, Mayday Parade, VNV Nation, Minus the Bear, Little Xan. All of that's coming up in November. So many shows. Like we said, you can find out all about them, get tickets, and go if you head to statemedia.com. Welcome to Cigar City Radio, episode number 83. The song you just heard was Julio by Parrot Dream. It's off the record Light Goes, which was just released via Good Eye Records. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen, Mr. Tootsie Roll himself. Do the Tootsie... Oh, you got a Reese's now? A Reese's. Is it Reese's or is it Reese's?
It bothers the Randy when I masticate the candy.
You have so much candy. It must be... Halloween's coming, right? That's what.
It's coming fast.
This episode of Cigar City Radio was recorded live at Vibes of the Bay in Ybor City, Florida at the Crowbar. It's Symphonic Distribution's annual event, which showcases some of the best music in the Bay Area, some of the most talented minds of the Bay Area. There was cool vendors, lots of awesome people there, lots of great performances, and we were so lucky to be included in the event, and we're just can't wait for next year. Right?
It was a tasty, delicious event.
There was actually, tasty, delicious. That Jamaican jerk chicken.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, that was good. That was good. So great job, Symphonic Distribution. Shout out to Jeanette for letting us have a little corner over there where we got to conduct these interviews. So on this episode, we talked to Billy Mays and Mountain Holler about Remember You Are Dreaming and conceptualizing. We talked to Carlos Aybar about the House of Creatives Music Festival happening November 10th and 11th in Miami, Florida. We talked to DJ QEYS, that's QEYS, about the art of turntablism. We talked to King Complex about their comic book and remixes and new music. We talked to Orlando-based Latin urban artist Xcelencia about his weekly release series, I Am Xcelencia, and more. And we talked to our friends Dea Saint about their new album Trapdoom, and even more about Remember You Were Dreaming. Remember You Were Dreaming is all over this, bookending it.
Everyone remembers.
They will. They will remember You Were Dreaming. They will. So here it is, episode 83. It is a beautiful but hot Saturday afternoon in Ybor City, Florida. We're hanging with two of our favorite people, Billy Mays III and Mark Etherington, who just soothed us with his sounds on stage. Yes. And now you're looking very rock star-ish.
Thanks.
Like it's the sunglasses and it's the whole look. It's the beard, it's the sunglasses, it's the hair. You look so much like a rock star that I don't even know.
It's pretty unruly.
Yeah.
I am extraordinarily sweaty right now. My pants are wet. So
I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
That's included in. Sorry, the rock star thing.
No, I'm sure it's a rainforest down there. It's probably.
It's humid.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about doing symphonic events are their sunglasses because they're great and they're free.
Yeah.
And they're black. So
my wife yells at me every time I come back home from Symphonic events, and I have 12 new sunglasses. She's like, you don't need all this. You don't need. We have a drawer of sunglasses that we get from shows and stuff.
I throw them in my glove box.
Yeah, because you never know when you might need them. Yeah,
I'll lose them. They're good driving glasses.
Great for the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
perfect. All around great sunglasses.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on today. So you just performed, Mark. You just kicked ass.
Thanks.
Billy, you're doing some mouth council later.
Yep, just in about an hour and a half.
Oh, so
I'm assembling an all-star cast, half curated by Jeanette from Symphonic. Actually,
yeah,
she's given me her suggestions of who should be on it. Like Ari Kai is going to do it, and
cool.
Kalma, who I haven't met yet, but she's one of the major acts tonight.
I haven't met her either, but she's going to be doing an interview with us later.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah,
Awesome.
We'll meet her soon.
Yeah, and we're gonna get We're gonna get Tom from Crowbar up there, and there's always
oh my
a few
god,
wild
really?
cards. Yeah, he's always crazy up there.
That sounds like a time.
Yeah.
So I might
and you guys, you want to please join us.
Jason, you getting on that? Dude,
there's going to be 40 people up there.
Really?
That's usually what happens.
Is it going to be the biggest mouth council of all time?
It just might be.
It's world record mouth council?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
One of them.
We'll get these guys to film it so we can turn it into Guinness.
Yeah. So tell me quickly, what we got a bunch of cameras behind us. There's a bunch of people filming. We got
some of them are your guys.
Yeah. Well, we got the Tampa Sessions crew. They're out here, but you have a crew.
So I have two gentlemen with me who just flew to town yesterday, and they're pretty much just capturing my life for the next 6 days in preparation for a documentary in the future that we're shooting. It's about my dad's life.
Yeah,
about my work.
The last time you were on the show, you talked to us about.
Yeah, so we're just since we've talked, I went out to Hollywood and I pitched it, and I assembled some executive producers and stuff, and people were on board with it. And it's now been pitched to Netflix, Amazon, and Apple.
Hey, fingers
they've
crossed,
all expressed
man.
interest, so I'm literally just waiting for the offers and see what's going on, and I would love to work with one of them. But we've just decided to see what we can do without anyone's money and stuff, and just start.
Yeah, just do it, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you pitch it the way your dad would have pitched it?
I don't know. I honestly I ended up in, this is a real story, I ended up at CAA, which is Creative Artists Agency, which is one of the two major...
Yeah, one of the biggest agencies in the
So
in the country.
I ended up somehow in that place, and it was totally like Entourage. They welcomed me in, and they're all in suits, and it's these kids having fun, and they're feeding me champagne and food and stuff, and I felt really weird about it. It just felt like Entourage. Honestly, there was Illuminati symbolism in the hallways.
What?
And stuff.
Yeah, there's pyramids and shit, on the floor and stuff.
No.
I probably shouldn't even be talking about this.
No, you shouldn't.
One dude was like,
dude, a sniper's going to take you out.
Google the architecture of this building, but don't do it on our Wi-Fi, please. And I did it, and it was that
was
is
crazy.
really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to the basement. They gave me a formal offer to join the Illuminati. So I'm thinking about it.
You're mulling it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big step.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of Remember You Are Dreaming is out in full effect right now. So I know you're both part of the collective. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with Remember You Are Dreaming.
You want to speak on that?
Yeah, sure. We've just sort of we're a little family. I would say it's kind of me and Mark and Dea Saint who are performing later tonight.
Yeah,
and
closing it out 11:30.
They are. Yeah,
I'm ready.
And over the years, we've just always played together and worked together and stuff. And I feel like we're just finally formalizing it as like we're a group, and we're kind of bound by values and rather than like genre, because we're all three of us make crazy different music.
Very different.
I think it's attitude.
Yeah,
I mean, like attitude and lifestyle and moral goals.
Yeah, our
message,
message, what we want to like communicate with our music, and honestly, like just we all have like compatible like visions, even though we're all doing it in different ways. Mm-hmm. So I think we're just sort of realizing that more and more, and we're trying to come out more and just do it as a team rather than alone.
That's really cool.
Yeah, this was cool to be able to do this. We kind of all separately agreed, to join in on Vibes of the Bay this year, and then realized that we had our own little like representation coming. So we have our own merch table in there. Follow the Eye. So we all got some stuff there.
We
Billy's
printed that banner like yesterday too, by the way.
Yeah, it's
hey, just in time.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing all the merch together and everything too. It's like
yeah, and Dea Saint just released an album called Trapdoom.
Yeah,
and
great album.
They
by the
just
way.
released 3 music videos, and one of them Mark's in. So and our friend June is in all of them, and we're just sort of starting this like kind of mythology between us all, and like we're working on an Infinite Third video right now, actually conceptualizing it, and Mark will be in it, and everyone, and so we're just combining our efforts more and more.
That's awesome.
We want to tour together. I
Yeah,
think all of us in the future.
Yeah,
I would be so into that tour.
We're aiming at Japan too. That's like for like 2020. Just go to Japan.
For a month. But I think like in this day and age with like so many independent artists, to be able to come together not only with like-minded artists, but also like we're friends first and foremost, and utilize our powers together to kind of reach and push each other towards those greater goals is something that I really admire about Remember You Are Dreaming, and I admire about the message, and I encourage other artists and other people out there to find like-minded individuals in their community and band up, and like you don't have to make matching shirts and go out and march down the streets, but you guys can like help each other.
But we're doing that.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's like it's just nice to have support. Like Billy and I will meet up, every now and then and work together in community space and just kind of bounce ideas back and forth. And like, like he was saying, we're all kind of similarly involved in each other's projects one way or another and supportive. And I think that's what we need now in 2018 moving forward is like, see how much we can do without other people's money and like without big representation and with the power of creativity and imagination and, support.
And I just love that kind of thing just kind of bubbled out of the scene, organically, like it's just that you just all came together like that, and I love that it's a positive thing, I hate where you go to some towns, and like everybody in the music scene is like catty and hates each other and like is trying to one up each other and stuff, but like it's
it's not a competition, I think we all get inspired by each other's like big moves that we make, then we're like, oh shit, and that goes for even beyond our little group here. Like I feel like we all look at a lot of artists like we want to see them doing big things from St. Pete.
We're inspired. I think inspire and be inspired is a goal.
That's totally awesome. So when is there going to be some new Mountain Holler?
Soon before the end of the year.
What is that soon?
I'm recording another EP right now. I got 3 tracks in the bag, and I'm probably going to do 2 more, and then I'm conceptualizing some music video ideas. I just released a video of a song coming off the next EP called Ashes with an amazing group of videographers called Collective House, and that's just now online, and we're going to release 2 more videos. The second song, Cloaks, will be off the new EP as well, and then the third one, Sparkle, is off my last EP. So you'll start to see a little bit more content bubbling up. I work really slowly in the summer because I don't like the heat. So
Understandable.
I
You have a lot of hair, man. It's rough.
Dude, I got so
it's rough
much hair.
out there.
And I'm also like baby pale. I got baby skin.
Yeah.
So, but no, we got some new stuff coming soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. It'll be fun. I was just conceptualizing an idea for the release show today that I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do it later.
I got an idea.
Not
See,
here.
I like that term that you've both used now, conceptualizing. You're conceptualizing the video. What does that entail exactly?
I think, like for me, the idea, like whenever I conceptualize something, it's like basically just brainstorming. Like I feel like most of my ideas that I get really excited about have a concept behind them. There's some like underlying root system of meaning that on the surface you may not necessarily grasp, but you can tell there's something deeper. So conceptualizing this CD release show, it's going to contain multiple parts that all tie into each other on a live entity, and then also in like a physical copy release entity. So if it comes out the way that I'm conceptualizing, then it'll be kind of like it'll be a cool thing, I think.
Well, I definitely respect that you take so much time to conceptualize, and to bring out these ideas rather than just throwing something together,
Yeah.
I think that might be a remember you are dreaming thing, where you all really take your time with your projects.
Yeah.
We're
I
heavy
appreciate
thinkers.
that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't think we really work like linear either. Like I think the concept that he's talking about will probably go through a little bit of transformation as we start talking about it. I saw it happen with Trapdoom a lot with Dea Saint's album, and I think that's like my current music video. Yeah, Channels, my album. I've been talking about it for 3 years, and I've been releasing stuff even since I started conceptualizing it because it like wasn't quite time for Channels yet. And then I finally released Channels, and it didn't really look exactly like I had envisioned it, but in a lot of ways it was better. In a lot of ways it didn't match the original vision, but I think that's just natural.
Yeah. Who is that?
Don't mind that. That's Senyo from Bangarang.
Oh,
He's
Senyo,
yelling-
come on, man.
He's going to be up there for Mouth Council.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah, and they're still partying from last night. They had a house show.
Oh, did they?
Senyo and the Bangarang crew, they definitely party hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The last time I hung out with them was the last time that I took whiskey shots at like 2 in the afternoon. City, Florida. We're hanging out at Vibes of the Bay. Symphonic Distribution presents Vibes of the Bay, one of our favorite events of the year. And currently, we're joined by Carlos Aybar from House of Creatives Music and Arts Festival in Miami, Florida.
Correct. What's up?
How's it going, man?
Oh man, I love it. I come out to the Vibes every year. I'm a big supporter of Symphonic, and I've been working with them for like 6 or 7 years now. And yeah, I love making the drive up here and watching all the local bands play.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for coming to Tampa. Thanks for making that drive. I know it can be rough.
Yeah, I'm always stoked, and we got the festival coming in November, so I thought it'd be pretty good to spread the word out here, and hopefully we get some Tampa love down in Miami.
Hell yeah, man. No, I'm looking at the festival lineup right now, and like I'm stoked on it. So tell us a little bit about what's going on. When's the festival? What's the deal?
Yeah, so this is our 3rd year now, House of Creatives Music and Arts Festival. We're doing it Saturday, Sunday, November 10th and 11th, down in Virginia Key, which is in Key Biscayne.
Oh, yeah.
That is still Miami-Dade. Some people don't realize
it's not the Keys?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So it's still really close, right off of the Rickenbacker Causeway. And we've got a very special lineup. Every year we kind of up the ante, and we're super stoked this year. We've got MIA playing Miami for the first time in 6 years.
That's huge.
Foster the People.
Awesome.
Romeo.
Pumped Up Kicks, Foster the People.
Absolutely, yeah. And their album is crushing this year, man. Sophie Tucker, who we love.
I love her, yeah.
Got a little Brazilian dance music in there. We got the Alalas with some psychedelic surf rock.
Yeah.
And St. John bringing some hip-hop. We got a little bit of everything. We're going to be announcing a second phase of the lineup. It's still secret. So in about 10 days, we're going to have a DJ lineup revealed, which is pretty cool, too.
That's awesome. So the festival is a mix of, like, you mentioned Alalas, who, like I said, are a great, like, psych rock band, and then you've also got electronic music and other things, so it's a mix of genres.
Absolutely. We're very much an indie-based crowd, but, now with Foster the People, we're reaching a little bit more mainstream. With MIA, it becomes a little bit more massive.
Yeah.
But we do very grassroots. We don't do 7 stages. We don't do 150 artists. We do 2 stages, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Let's party. Let's have a good time. We do amazing gourmet food trucks. It gets huge rave reviews every year with even just basic pizza tacos burgers, but it's like the bomb pizza tacos burgers from Miami. You know,
right on. What's the top Miami spot, or not? You don't have to pick favorites, but give us a couple of good Miami eats that we can look forward to.
Oh, bro, anything from Pub Belly. They're amazing. Mr. 01 Pizza, Burger Supreme. They crushed it last year. We do great acai bowls, and
nice.
a little bit of everything. Some healthy stuff too. I'm a meat eater myself, so
I'm very much a carnivore as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what's that for?
Yeah,
just taking up space. You know. But yeah, we want to integrate more Tampa people, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale. Have these people be aware that there are other festivals down in Miami that's not just ultra EDM kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's important to us to get our network out there, get the word out, and grow organically, and that's how we're doing it.
Yeah, well, I definitely appreciate that because I love EDM, but our roots are in rock and roll and in live bands. So I'd love to see that there's a market for that.
Yeah, we concentrate a lot on live performances. We want to see people playing their instruments.
Yeah,
and it's dancey too. I mean, it's just as we got a special announcement coming in phase 2, and it's super dancey, but it's a 7-piece band, and
nice.
They're well known. I can't reveal it yet, but
come on, drop a little teaser. Drop the teaser.
They're from Sweden. That's all I'll say. That's a good hint.
All right, listeners, try and guess. But, yeah, there you go.
But we're super stoked. November 10th and 11th this year, HOC Fest is coming really, really strong.
So how did it start? Where did the idea behind House of Creatives Fest, where did that come from?
Yeah, so we're our production company is called Mishu Music, and we had a record label in Brooklyn for many years called No Shame. And we started a festival in the DR. I'm Dominican.
Oh, right on.
And
my mom's Dominican, so I'm half Dominican.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm full Dominican.
There you go.
So we're like half homies, but
right on.
No, it's all good. So we have another festival called Isle of Light, IOL.
Yeah,
and that's been going on strong for 5 years now in Santo Domingo, and we quickly realized that we're good at the festival game, and we wanted to try doing it in the U.S.
Yeah.
So we were based in New York, but we thought Miami was a better market to get up and start something from scratch. And the HOC was a project that I had. It was a media company. We did in-studio performances. So we had really, really good bands perform in closed sessions. And people would hit us up constantly because they wanted to be there and watch the bands perform. So that evolved into, all right, let's do a live show. And so we did a pilot in Miami. We had like 600 people show up with like no promo.
Wow.
And so we're like, you know what? Next year we should do a festival. And that's where HOC Fest grew. First year we had Flaming Lips, Crystal
Amazing.
Castles, Breakbot, Cold War Kids.
Yeah.
Second year, MGMT and Alt J signed on.
Amazing.
Metronomy. We're blessed that people want to work with us. And Miami's a market that these bands really are desperate to come down and play because they don't come down to Miami and play, man.
It's hard, man. Like, I mean, we work, through our management company, we work with a lot of, independent bands, and it's hard to get to Miami because you have to go through all of Florida, so you have to have strong bookings all the way throughout. It's not
a lot
like,
of travel costs.
Exactly.
So bands will hit Tampa, Orlando, maybe West Palm Beach.
Maybe.
And then they'll turn back.
Yeah.
They don't want to come back down.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be that, fill the void
that
there.
Mecca.
Yeah. And it's like, no, we're here. We'll figure it out. We'll get these bands down here. Like we'll get Pearl Jam and Depeche Mode at the AAA. But what about Portugal the Man?
Yeah.
What about Cold War Kids? Like let's get these bands down here. And so hopefully we're that little oasis for these bands. And even though it's once a year, we love what we do, and we curate it with a passion.
Yeah, sure. And I know a lot of people that are looking forward to the festival and that are planning for it now that it's a thing that people can expect every year,
Yeah, man.
So.
We do campaigns down in the DR too.
Yeah.
And we get, 50, 60 people fly in from San Domingo.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to have to come to Isle of Light sometime. My family's all in the DR,
Yeah.
so I was just in Santo Domingo in November. So
it's usually in March.
Okay.
We're looking at March 16th next year. and I already started the booking process.
Yeah.
And we try to up the ante again. Last year we had Bad Bunny and Bomba Stereo.
Wow, nice.
We went Latin trap and we went super cumbia indie.
That's awesome.
So this year, we're looking at options, and it's going to be just as big.
But is there still like, if I bring my mom, will there be some merengue and bachata mixed in
It'll
there?
be dancey, but no, you're not gonna get them. No, it's for hip kids, man.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
my mom's not gonna be into
that's
it.
our demo.
There's no Juan Luis Guerra.
No, I wish.
Right.
I would pay to dance for him, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he's one of my idols for sure.
He's a legend.
He's an absolute legend, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So Isle of Light is in March. House of Creatives in Miami, November
10th and 11th.
November 10th and 11th.
MIA. She's got a critically acclaimed documentary coming out in September.
Wow.
And it's in the Berlin Film Festival. It's doing really, really well. And it's coming to South Florida in end of September. So we'll be helping out promoting her film too.
That's awesome.
MIA, her full live show. Chromeo is a full show too. They play Florida a lot, but they only do DJ sets. So we
they're doing
got the full band. Yeah.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And MIA is just a great get because she doesn't perform a lot.
Dude, I think she's only doing 4 shows in the U.S. all
Wow.
year. So the fact that HOC was able to, get her it's a token to we're doing something special because these bands, they want to play Miami, and the market's there. It's just no one was really being able to pull it off.
Yeah. And Miami in November, the weather should be beautiful.
Oh yeah, November's good.
Yeah.
And we're on the beach. So Virginia Key Beach Park, you have sand, you can see the waves.
Yeah.
You have activations all over the park. It's family friendly. We let dogs in. You can bring your kids in strollers and whatnot. We'll do family games during the day. You can eat some barbecue, watch some indie bands, and dance to some really hip DJs.
That sounds like my kind of party.
Yeah, man.
I would definitely love to be there.
Yeah, well, you guys are totally invited, so I expect to see you there.
We're hanging out here with DJ QEYS.
Yeah.
Dude, a turntablist extraordinaire. So tell me a little bit about the turntable. And, are you doing actual, records?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I grew up playing vinyl. My dad taught me when I was 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
So around that time, in the 90s, that's all we had was vinyl. So I learned on vinyl. But today, I'm using a program called Serato.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
the industry standard for DJing now. But I still use the turntable as I'm like it's actual vinyl, like scratching, juggling, mixing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool, and that's the distinction, right, between
Right.
a turntablist and a DJ. You play at a party or an event, you
Right.
play a sequence of music, but turntable you're actually scratching. And
It's like using the turntable as a musical instrument rather than just using it to play music. You're making music. I like to take 2 beats and you hear the song one way and then I'll juggle it and make it sound totally different. You'll hear it in 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Was there a certain artist that got you into doing that?
Well, when my father taught me, he was the one that put me on the game. But at that time, I was just focused on being good at mixing and record selection. But when I saw, it was this movie called Scratch. It's a documentary on turntablism. That changed my life. Watching that and seeing DJs actually make a career just being a lone DJ, but not DJing for a group or for a singer or something. Oops, my bad. That showed me that okay, yeah, I could do this by myself. I can use the turntable and be not just a DJ, be an artist. Not saying DJing isn't an art form and you're not an artist, but you doing more than Jesus posing and turning knobs. And stuff.
Yeah.
As
What up, Wes?
Matt Reisinger does it, it's that. Press a button and do that.
That's the move.
Throwing cakes in the crowd.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
No disrespect to them DJs, but
Whatever
I'm
floats their
I'm
boats.
on another wave.
Yeah.
Huh?
Whatever floats their boats, but make
Exactly.
music. Yeah.
And they're making millions. I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhat jealous, but we'll get there.
Yeah. So how do you practice that? How do you work on turntable?
Oh, man. For me, I used to practice for hours, all day. But now that I'm a little more in demand, I toot my own horn. I try to practice at least 1 hour a day every 2-3 days. And it just starts from me. I'll just throw a record on. All right, that sounds cool. And then I'll start scratching, ride the beat or whatever. And then that turns into, okay, that sounded cool. Let's incorporate more and more. And it just builds and builds and builds. I think one of the most stressful things as a DJ is trying to come up with a battle routine for the DMC, which is a big turntablist competition. that takes so much effort, and it's 6 minutes. A 6-minute routine will take you months to perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
And I haven't even won yet.
You haven't won?
I haven't won yet. I came in second 2 years in a row, and I think the first year I came in third. Still haven't gotten
That's
that
pretty
W.
good, though,
It's-
man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's
cool,
pretty good.
but I need that first place, man.
Yeah.
I need that.
Are you doing it
That's-
again this year then?
I'm gonna do it again this year or next year. I think it's in March. Yeah, March or April of next year. I'm gonna do it again.
What do they-
I have to get that first place.
What is it judged on? Like, how does it score?
I think
right?
it's creativity, technicality as far as like how you're using the turntable.
Yeah.
And I think crowd reaction or crowd participation is one thing, and overall just skill. But it's tough. It's like, you ever heard of DJ A-Track?
Yeah.
Like Rock Raider, Grandmaster Rock Raider, rest in peace. Like, these are the people that have like won the DMC, and they're like household names, like DJ Craze. Like, you're amongst those names. Like, I want that first place prize. I want that W. Like, being second is cool, but it's like I need that first place.
For sure. Yeah, you want the gold medal.
Yeah, definitely. I came close. So I came so close one. I think I lost by like 1 point.
No.
The second year, that was the worst, man. It's like, why would you
so
tell me
close.
that?
Yeah.
Like, don't even tell me that. Now I feel even worse. Man.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But yeah, I'm going to do it again next year. Hopefully I get that W.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
I need to start practicing now for it, honestly.
So, besides the judges panel, if you were a judge, what would you say would separate the first place winner from the second place winner?
Of that battle?
Yeah.
I think the reason that DJ won, I think because he used more like battle like phrases, such as like he'll like say F you or something like actually like taunt you in a battle.
Yeah.
I didn't really do that. I was just more focused on making a clean routine and making it sound cool rather than throwing in some jabs, which is dope. But it's a battle. But I was going in more on like, I want to make a clean, awesome routine. And he made it I'm here to battle. I'm here to like talk shit.
So you both like facing each other? Like,
no.
You know, like, is it a battle? You know?
Some battles are like that,
Yeah.
but this one, no. We're like side by side. Like, he'll go, then I'll go, then another person will go, and then at the end of the night, they'll tally up who came in first, second, and third. It used to be like face to face. It used to be like a lightning round. Like, one DJ would go for like 1 minute, and then the next one would go for like 1 minute, and they would just go back and forth for like 5 minutes. Like,
That sounds dope.
yeah,
man.
that was back in like the 90s. I wasn't even battling at that time.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like a kid, but yeah.
Yeah, the audience. What's
Yeah,
the makeup of the audience normally?
Well, the DMC, it's mainly like a bunch of scratch nerds and other DJs.
Scratch nerds. I love that phrase.
It's plenty of those. I would say DMC has kind of lost its buzz, so to speak. I mean, it's still a big thing, but it used to be way bigger back in like the 90s. Now the new thing is like Red Bull 3 style, which is more like party rockin' battle, but it still incorporates like turntablism. But they want to see you like do a dope party set.
Yeah.
And incorporate like scratching and juggling, which is cool. And I feel DMC is more like, no, you need to come in here and be scratch, juggle, you know, show your ass type battle. But yeah, for the most part, it's a bunch of like scratch nerds and other DJs, aspiring DJs.
Yeah.
And just, you know, hardcore underground hip hop fans.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's lost? That art
In a way.
of like hip,
In a
underground
way,
hip hop?
It's a dying breed. I'm like the last of a dying breed. I mean, you have like a lot of DJs that still incorporate, you know, turntablism, but no one really cares about that now. Like I said, like, you know, people just want to hear, you know, the hot new music, and they don't care how you mix it, how you play, just throw it on. Like when I'm DJing a gig, no one cares about how good I sound. Like, hey, can you play Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to it. No, can you play like right now? No, like
Yeah.
it's just no one really cares about that anymore. But I'm so passionate about it that I don't care like what people really want. I'm gonna feed it to you whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
And you're gonna like it.
No, I totally do that, and that's the attitude you got to have, man.
You do. When you want to push something forward, you can't like expect people to grasp onto it right then. You know, like some of these people, like, you know, I get booked for doing what I do. People they book me to see me like scratch and juggle and cut. They don't book me just to play dope songs. They're like, no, I want you to play like how you play at the Bricks or how you play at Old Dirty Sundays. I don't want you to play like Drake all night and, you know, top 40. Like, I want you to get busy. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's still people that appreciate it. It's just
For
not.
sure.
It's not like for the masses, I feel, though.
Yeah.
We'll see if that changes. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Someday.
You know? I mean, boom bap is still alive. Hip hop is, you know, that OG hip hop is still around.
It is,
so,
and everything goes in
you know,
circles. You know
that's
what I'm
also
saying?
true. Also true.
It'll come back around. You see the 90s coming back now anyway.
For sure.
Everyone's rocking like Champion and
starter jackets.
Yeah. Hot Top Phase was in for a little bit again. Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So turntablism will be in demand then too.
I think so. And I feel like, for instance, the Technique turntable, which is like the turntable for DJs, went like they stopped making turntables like a couple years ago because the demand wasn't there. But now, a lot more people are getting more into DJing, and so now like companies like Pioneer, Stanton, they're starting to make actual turntables because people still want that. You know what I'm saying? People still want to see you on 212s or 2 turntables. Like the controller is cool. I know CDJs are cool, but it's nothing like seeing a turntable. Like, I don't know, just the aesthetic of seeing like a guy rock on turntables, to me at least, is just the dopest.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think that's like the coolest. Like that to me, that's one of the coolest aspects of hip hop in general.
I agree. And it's that's what hip hop was founded off of.
Yeah.
Shout out to
2
Kool
turntables and a microphone.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's all you need, man.
Hell yeah.
That's all you need.
Hell yeah.
So, anything else you want to plug? Anything else you want to throw out for the audience?
Yeah, you can follow me at DJ QEYS. That's DJ QEYS. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/I am DJ QEYS. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, iTunes. Just Google DJ QEYS, and you'll see everything.
We're hanging out with King Complex, who are currently not in their King Complex outfits. So, there's going to be some video on this one, so we might be revealing some secrets. Some secrets that they're actual people.
Yeah, pay good money for that secret.
Yeah.
Being people sucks.
Yeah. So how's everything been going? It's been like, what have you been up to since the last time we chatted? I know you got so much stuff has come out. Music video, a comic book. Like
Sure.
where do we even start? Let's start actually with the comic book. Let's go there.
Okay.
Tell me about the comic book, because I'm a comic book nerd.
Oh,
and
cool, man.
So I really loved that you put that out. Like, I love when bands do something besides just like the usual merch thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So I love seeing, and then the artwork was actually really good. So
cool.
Did you do that yourselves, or did you what did you?
No, I made really, really terrible pencil sketches of the whole thing.
Okay.
And then my friend Paul Barnes did all of the illustration. I pretty much like storyboarded out the storyline, and he did all the illustration and took care of all that. So it's pretty sweet. I also saw it and was like, oh my god,
yeah,
this is nuts. But he's really talented and helped us out with that. So, but yeah, it really just came about from the costumes are a lot of fun, and we start with the music always, of course, but we really just want to build kind of a world around the music.
Yeah.
So the visuals of like music videos, the live visuals, and the comic book are all just different appendages of the thing that is King Complex.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I saw it's King Complex Origins, right? So
Yes.
it's the origin story. So I haven't read the whole thing yet. So
I'll
give me a little synopsis. Like, what is the origin of King Complex?
Gotcha.
In the comic book or IRL?
Both. But
It's the same. One and the same.
Yeah, it's one and the same. Yeah.
I haven't read the comic book yet, so I can't
What?
tell you.
You're in the band.
I heard I was written into the comic book, so I don't want to read it.
It's not good. You're not looking good in there.
Yeah.
Do you die at the end?
I
Not
can
yet.
only hope.
Not yet.
The origins of the band King Complex. We played in a bunch of other bands growing up in college when we were boys in college. Now we're men.
Now you're men.
And
Clearly.
Old
yeah.
men.
I'm not feeling like particularly articulate today.
Your
You better get on it, man. You got to be
Yeah.
on stage
Great.
in a couple hours, so you got to get going.
We mumble through that shit.
Oh shit.
No, we played in a bunch of bands, and Cody was one of the few people I think I met that was in the same circle musically that I felt comfortable enough writing with and trusted him enough artistically to go, yeah, I could, do this thing with you. So King Complex was like the third band we were in, I believe, number 3, and we got pretty lucky with Robin Cowie, who directed or helped direct the Blair Witch Project, did a music video for one of our first songs, and kind of got a little traction. So we started playing around, and it stuck. So
Yeah. I was gonna say your music videos are fucking on point, man.
Thank
the
you.
most recent one. Hold on, I got my cheat sheet. Pulling Strings, fucking so good.
Yeah,
it's like
thanks.
it's like a really trippy, like messed up Minority Report is what it is. What I feel like. You know, like you got the
Alright.
people with the things in their hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it's awesome. So, what did the concept for that come from?
Man, it was funny because we really kind of had the whole sci-fi vision thing. We really wanted to do the electrotherapy weirdness already, and we got with a group out of Miami called
Octopus
Studios, and they actually sent us kind of a smorgasbord of ideas, and it looked so parallel to what we had already discussed. We were like, oh god, we got to go with this, you know?
Yeah.
And it really just evolved pretty naturally, like most things that I like to be involved in do.
Yeah.
And it came out looking like that, so we were very happy with it and stoked to have people to help us make that. You know?
Yeah.
We sure as hell don't film stuff. So.
Yeah, I think something we learned on the first video shoot was that we don't know how to make music videos, and it's very good to work with people that know what they're doing, and at a certain point you kind of have to step back and say, okay, I have this idea, but they know how to execute, and trust them enough to let them do that.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do as an artist, though.
I think we're both a little bit of this is the message, this is what it's going to look like, whatever. So I would imagine, at least for me, stepping back and going, you got it. Can be difficult.
It can be, but it's kind of like I consider myself a musical drug addict, so like giving my child away to someone else when I'm so unhealthy is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let somebody else deal with that.
Yeah, I would have fucked that up.
Are you like a
real
perfectionist? Is like, do you just have to...
I'll answer that for him. Yes.
It's pretty bad sometimes. Luckily, Ratcher
I'm far from...
he's on the other side of the spectrum, so he'll pull me out of my insane...
Chasing the fly.
Chasing the fly in the room, as we say. There is no fly in the room, but you think there is.
Yeah. Is that the Breaking Bad episode?
Yeah.
Yes. Greatest episode ever.
Haven't seen it.
What?
I know. Do you want to hear something heartbreaking?
Yeah.
Complete coincidence. I saw the first Breaking Bad episode all the way through and the last one all the way through.
Dude,
I was just at someone's house. They were watching it, and I was in a situation. I didn't want this, but I also didn't care enough to like watch the whole thing at that time.
Yeah.
So I fucked it up, man.
Dude, you did, man.
I know.
You can't do that. You can't go from the beginning to the end just
But
like
I did.
that. Oh, that's horrible.
Are we doing a tarot reading?
The
Yeah,
signs
they're-
don't
they're-
look good for you.
No.
Well-
The signs look bad.
This is a sign of
Cigar
it
City
could
Radio.
go okay. It could go okay.
It'll improve.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just went straight to the ending of Breaking Bad. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how much, as a Breaking Bad
Sorry.
fan, that just pisses me off.
Hey,
You
as
know?
a comic book fan, have you read Swamp Thing?
I have read some of it, like the recent run.
The Alan Moore.
The Alan Moore Swamp Thing. I
Yeah.
have actually.
Dude,
Yes.
it's pretty killer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so in right now.
He is
It's
very
insane.
So you conceptualize that's my word of the day, Jason. Conceptualize. Thanks to Billy Mays and Mark Etherington. So you conceptualize the comic book. So did you like write it all out and like you said your friend storyboarded the art and stuff, but the idea was you.
Yeah, I made a script in Microsoft Word. Very exciting time of my life.
Yeah.
And the whole thing really just kind of like came through my window. You know, like we were doing all of this, and I thought, oh, this would be fun. I love comics, I love stories, and it definitely is. It's relieving in the sense that it's very not serious. Like I think people could see us live and really think like, whoa, these guys like.
Yeah.
The comic.
Yeah, that's the clear reaction.
Turn into a war interview. Don't do it.
No, so it's nice and it's lighthearted and it's more in like an Adult Swimmy kind of vein. I hope. And so it's a nice deviation from the whole seriousness of the stuff that we do that might be taken a little more like.
It's those damn masks. Like if they could see our faces underneath, they'd just be like,
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, look at these guys.
yeah.
We look stupid. That's why we wear them.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's a good call. Then you can never look stupid. You always look cool in the masks.
Some
So-
would say cool. Glad to know I am cool.
Yeah,
Glad to know I am cool.
Always looking cool. So I know recently also Friedback did a remix for you guys,
He
right?
did.
Yeah, and he's here. He's running around doing lights and sound.
I wanted to see him. I haven't seen him yet because his lights look gnarly. He's not playing tonight, right?
No, he's just...
Yeah, he was like, screw it, watch this.
No, just lights and sound, which he's amazing at. So.
Yeah, I was checking his set out. It's cool.
So how did that come about? Did you guys approach him and ask him to do the remix, or did he approach you? Or
we like posted. We were just looking for remixes in general to see like what people did with it. And one we actually there's one remix somebody sent in that has like this gnarly breakbeat that we actually play live now.
Yeah,
because we thought it was so cool. But So he hit us up and was like, "I'll do a remix." And like, that's fucking awesome because you're really good.
Yeah, he's really good.
So yeah, that was super cool that he offered it up.
Yeah,
man, his is so cool too in the sense that like he really kept a lot of the original structure and like spirit of the song. But like I love Friedback. I've listened through all of his stuff, and he totally like really in a sly way like snuck his style into the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I heard it and I was like, dude, this is like, I mean, I'm like humbled. Like, it's amazing that someone would even take anything I've like worked on and want to work on it, you know. Like, that's the coolest thing in the world in the first place. But he did it on a really cool level, I thought. And it's been cool. Like, I've never been participatory in any kind of remix stuff since. I'm working on some Infinite Third remixes right now.
Nice.
Pleasures remix I'm working on, and like.
But you're doing the remix?
Yeah, I'm doing some
right
now
on.
just because it inspired me. I was like, this is great. And like Ratcher said, like someone remixed one of our parts, and he literally changed the song live. Like we play the part completely differently now because we were like, oh shit, that's what we should have done. You know, like there's way more energy.
He
in
wrote
that.
our song better than we did.
Yes.
Wow.
I wish I knew his name. So shout out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, random person, for writing our song better. Yeah, nice. Yeah. But that's really cool. That's like, I've never thought of it that way. Like it's a way to like, you know, change everything, I guess, about your song. If
It's
you want to.
definitely like refreshing.
Yeah.
Because you've heard the song one way for so many times.
Yeah, so to hear somebody else's take on it, you know.
And it also, I think it like creates more separation from the song. Like when you make a song, you're just too attached to really have like a good idea of what it is. So when somebody else goes and is like, oh, I hear it like this, you can kind of hear the parts again and go, oh yeah, no, there was some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
So
is it easier? Because I mean, I don't know how you feel about listening to yourselves, but like I hate listening to myself. Like even this podcast, I don't like listening to.
Yeah.
So do you? Is it cooler or better now that like you can just listen to the Friedback version of your song and be like, yeah, this is
because I can enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I think probably more so for you than even me, but like there's always conversations in the studio. Should it go like this? Should it be like that? Or like whether it's mixing or whatever, that sometimes creeps into the back of your mind. I think when you're listening, like we could have done it this way though. So that makes it hard, I think, sometimes to listen to your own recordings. But when it's somebody else's, you don't know what creative decisions went into it. So there's no like other road you're thinking about.
Yeah, it's just the way it is. Yeah. Which sometimes is like what you need, you know, because you could be, you know, between 5 or 6 different options.
Absolutely.
And you just need somebody to come in and say, yeah, that one, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally.
So you're working on remixes. Are these going to be King Complex remixes, or is this like a side thing?
I don't know.
Depends on how good they
I
are.
found songs that it totally does. I found songs that I loved from local bands, and I was like, I would love to try this, and they were cool enough to send me stems.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they'll be released, but I just am doing them to do them.
Yeah. No, and I love that you're keeping it local too. Like that's really awesome. That I like seeing other bands from the area working with each other in various ways.
Cody's had the
It's
biggest
very cool.
band crush on Pleasures. Like
Pleasures kicks
for a
ass,
couple
man.
Years.
It's
Yeah,
so
gnarly.
weird, and I'm very attracted to weirdness.
Don't even know your name.
I love that shit.
Sounds cool.
That is awesome.
But I've also got some Diplo remixes coming out real soon.
Oh yeah,
Don't you worry.
Oh no, I'm ready for those.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Me too.
Not really, no. I'd much rather hear the Pleasures remixes. Which it's one in, one out outside. I don't know if you know that. Like it is packed. There's
I gotta wait
lineup
for the
of
crew to
doors.
come so they could all actually come in. You know,
Yeah,
There's a couple
no.
of them coming. So
Yeah, you gotta come.
know.
You gotta come as a squad, or
Yeah,
else
exactly.
people are gonna get left out.
They're running a little late, but it's all good. You know?
Yeah, this is rock and roll, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so we're hanging out with Xcelencia.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. And are you Cuban, Puerto Rican?
I'm half Cuban, half Puerto Rican. Yeah.
All right, I
I was
feel
born
that.
in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Okay, right.
We actually came from Orlando for this. Yeah.
Really? really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that if you were from Tampa or you're from the area.
I'm from Orlando. Yeah, Kissimmee area, Central Florida.
Right on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. Thank you.
No,
Happy
thanks.
to be here.
Thanks for coming through. Shout out to Symphonic Distribution,
Symphonic,
Vibes of the Bay.
Yeah, I'm new to the Symphonic family, so it's been awesome so far. Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, we've been working with them for a couple years, and they're
Awesome.
just like really kick-ass people.
Oh yeah,
and,
no, for sure.
You know,
They are.
they really care about the
Yeah, they
music
do.
and the
I think
artists.
that's the number one thing, you know.
Yeah, because it's hard to find companies like that.
Exactly.
That give a fuck.
Or they're
you
either
know?
in LA, New York. They're far
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
You know? I don't even think Miami really has distributors like that. You know.
Yeah, but
labels,
to
but
but to have that like in our backyard
Exactly,
basically
for sure.
is
It's awesome.
great.
Yeah,
so tell me a little bit more about your music. So is it? How do you describe it? Is it reggaeton?
It is reggaeton, but I consider myself more Latin urban, just because I like to delve into different genres: hip hop, R&B, dancehall.
Because I feel like reggaeton gets very like kind of. I don't know. You get stifled, like you get stuck in reggaeton.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. So the same thing. If you notice what's happening now, there's a lot of trap and Latin R&B, Latin hip hop. So everyone's trying to really just kind of diversify, you know. So I enjoy that as well. I consider myself more Latin urban than say reggaeton. Even though for tonight we're performing a lot of reggaeton songs.
Yeah, because you got to get turned.
Exactly. Yeah,
no, but I know I've seen you like on R&B and Espanol playlists and stuff too.
That was
so
awesome,
you have like a soft side to you too.
I didn't expect that placement either because we released a song and then it's been on the playlist for a few months now.
Yeah,
and I wasn't expecting it, because it was kind of just a song to see what everybody thought. Just because I've been dropping a lot of reggaeton, so then when you drop something like that, it kind of throws people off guard. But they've been liking it, they've been listening to it, so it's awesome.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit for both sides. You got to turn up, but you also got to, you got to like Jamie Foxx said on the Kanye song, like you need something for the ladies.
Exactly. You got to mix it up.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
I agree.
So that's right on, man. So I know, tell me about the I Am Xcelencia playlist. What is
that? So
that?
it's actually 1 year anniversary today.
Today?
Yeah, the 18th.
Oh, shout out.
Last year, that's when I actually started the playlist.
Okay.
And then from there, we just started releasing one song every week.
Wow.
So every Friday for about 3 months, it was about 11 songs.
Yeah.
We actually had to skip a few just because of the hurricane that happened in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just put a pause on it, and then we started all over again. But we released about 11 songs, the 1 year anniversary. We hit about 2 million streams, from that time to now.
Yeah.
So we're super excited about that. Everybody's been liking it, getting a lot of feedback, just because you're throwing out so much music.
Dude, that's so intense. Like, how do you keep up with that?
So I actually had a lot of it ready.
Of course. Okay, good. Good call.
The strategy was ready. Some of the music was ready, but then it was crunch time, and I had to really push it and really work on all the content, all the music, so I can actually meet the deadlines. So it was a bit tough, but we got through it for sure.
No, I know how that is. We're a weekly podcast, and sometimes it's like, oh man, we got another week. And you
guys are all through the year, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So it's
you know how it is.
I know exactly how it is. It can be rough, but then it's that thing where if you love it and you care about it, then it's not even work. It's something that you have to do.
I agree.
To let it out,
I agree for sure.
So that's right on. So is your fan base? So you mentioned that you took a little break because of the hurricane in Puerto Rico. Is a lot of your fans in Puerto Rico?
So from what we've been seeing, we've seen a lot of fans more from Chile, Spain, and Mexico.
Okay.
And then the U.S. just because I was raised out here, and I know a lot of people in Orlando and things like that. So from Puerto Rico, not as much right now, but we're hoping that eventually they start listening and start supporting. So.
Yeah, my family's from the Dominican Republic, and I was just in the DR in November, and my cousins were introducing me to all these local Dominican trap artists.
That's big over there.
That's
too.
big. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't even know there was Dominican trap.
I think it's because it's also from New York. So then the Dominicans that are in New York, the Puerto Ricans that are in New York.
Yeah, the New Yorkers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's a big movement.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so, how long have you been at this? When did you get started?
Oh, man, to be honest, it's been so long, but I always say 2013 was my official start.
Okay.
Just because I put out my first single with a music video, I got on the radio, got my big first royalty check, and that's when I said,
that's a great day, man.
That's when I was like, okay, it's official now. I can, but I've been doing it before that, just kind of putting free music out, SoundCloud, the forums, and all that. But
that's awesome.
I always think 2013 was definitely the start,
it was
the
real
kickoff
start.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you put out like you said, you put out something almost every week, but you put out a lot of content before you started the playlist too. So you're a prolific artist.
I tried. I had about 2 albums before that. Mm-hmm. So it was 2014, then 2016, and then 2017 the playlist. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're actually planning for this year to see if we kind of take that strategy again or switch it up or just feeling it out,
Yeah. And are you working with the same producers or different people?
Yeah,
or?
I try to stick with the same producers, but I'm always open to collaborating with, other producers that have reached out to me or I reached out to them because a lot of them are in South America.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to communicate. It's all through email and Skype and WhatsApp and all that, but it gets, they get the job done, I get it done, and we work together well.
No, and it makes it's cool, like the way it works now, because you can collaborate with somebody across the world.
Exactly, yeah. There's no excuses now.
Yeah, it's true.
Work with anyone.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
For sure.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah. So are you in the studio every day working on stuff?
So
or?
it's a mix. It's a mix because I do a lot of sound stuff because I'm an engineer as well. I'm an audio tech, so I'm all over the place, So I try to get in the studio as much as I can, and same thing, working any gigs or anything like that, So
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, man.
So what? I haven't seen your performance yet because you're
Yeah.
performing later tonight. So what can we expect from the show?
So it's a lot of energy. I just like to bring a lot of energy. I don't like to. There's some mellow stuff in there, but for the most part, it's a very energetic show. A lot of charisma. I try to bring my personality out there. So people can try to relate and connect with it. But we're just here to have fun. So we're looking forward to it.
And do you sing in English at all, or is it just?
I do. I haven't put out anything in English yet.
Okay,
but we're planning on doing it. Maybe we're waiting for the right time. But we're definitely planning on doing it.
Yeah. But do you find because sometimes I feel like English speaking crowds are down with reggaeton and they're down with Spanish speaking.
Thankfully, because of the beat itself, the music speaks for itself, and then hopefully they like the artist, right? But
yeah. No, as long as you got a beat that people can dance to,
exactly. I agree. For sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So who are some inspirations of yours, like people that you grew up listening to and that you love and that influence your music?
So you'll be surprised. A lot of them are actually, from the States or English, artists, so to speak. From the Latin side, I would say definitely you have Daddy Yankee, you have the Mark Anthonys, you have, Man, it's tough because I also look up to a lot of producers and songwriters as well because I'm one myself. So I think that's a hard question for me to answer. But for the most part, I would say in the urban, the Daddy Yankees, the Don Omar, the Wisin y Yandel is the one that kind of paved the way for us to kind of, put our music out there, So
yeah. Do you feel like you consider yourself like a songwriter producer first, or are you an MC? Are you an artist?
I say songwriter artist.
Songwriter artist.
And the producer, I just enjoy it. It's almost like if I had to pick it as a hobby, that would be it. Producing. Just because it's a passion of mine.
But the actual songwriting is where it's all about.
That's my like day-to-day thing.
Yeah. Well, then that's what I can tell from like listening to your music is that you put the time into the song.
For sure.
It's not because a lot of times you listen to stuff. In this genre where it's like, it is so much about the beat that they forget that there's a song.
Right. And there's a time and a place for that,
Of course,
But every now and then I think it's good to kind of put a little more time into it, like you said.
And
a little more lyrics, a little more
have
story.
a hook, have something,
compelling, So,
you're definitely doing that, so that's kick-ass.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Man. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to my music.
Dude, hell yeah. Like, I've Symphonic put me on your radar, and once I heard it, I was like, this is
perfect, man.
This is my jam.
Appreciate it.
I actually sent it to a couple of my cousins down in the DR so that they can vibe
Hopefully
with
they get
it.
some feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me know.
Yeah, and then you'll have a big crowd in the DR. You could do like the Isle of Light festival over there. That's a good one.
That sounds fun. It
is.
Man.
It is.
Anything festival related, event related, I'm into it. For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next on the horizon? You're kind of saying that you're trying to retool. Not sure if you're gonna do another.
Right. We definitely have
weekly thing.
We have enough music to hopefully put out like an EP and then an album, kind of hopefully back to back. See if that works out, and more shows definitely. Like whether it's Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and then anywhere else that we can really get it. But we're working on that.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see your show tonight.
I'll keep you updated, and we'll link up and get your info so I can send you anything, ahead of time too. Some feedback from someone that knows that's in the industry.
Oh, I don't know if I know.
Hey,
I don't know shit.
Hey, I'll take the feedback, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, anything you want to say about the event itself, Vibes of the Bay?
Oh man, I'm excited to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity. It's my first time performing here in Tampa, so hopefully I can.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully I can come back to Vibes of the Bay 2019. So hey.
Yeah, come back. Make Tampa a regular stop, man. City, Florida. We're hanging out at Vibes of the Bay, Symphonic Distribution's annual event. One of my favorite events of the year because it celebrates local talent. And now we're sitting with one of our favorite local groups. Dea Saint.
Stop it.
No, it's
Hello.
true. It's true. And I've been trying to get you on the show for a long time. We've been trying to coordinate, but my schedule's busy, your schedule's busy, and it just never works out. And then we finally sat down at another Symphonic distribution event, actually. We had a great conversation, and then the audio got totally ruined.
C'est la vie.
Never to be heard again. But
All in its perfect time.
We were there.
yeah, but we
The
were
three
there.
of us
We
were
lived
there.
it. We lived the conversation.
It's in our hearts forever.
Yeah, and we'll try to give the listeners now the cliff notes of what we talked about.
Yeah.
And talk about new things, because that's the cool thing is before last time we talked, Trapdoom hadn't been released yet.
Yep.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now I've heard it
Yep.
and I've listened to it and it's awesome and it's out and it's in the world. So
sir.
first off, how does that feel? Because I know you've been working on that project for a long time. So
It's
how
a-
does it feel to have it out?
It's a bittersweet sort of thing. Like when you're working and developing something, it's almost like carrying a child, for like years though. Like
Yeah.
not 9 months, like years we had this musical child, and now that it's out there, it's kind of bittersweet. But we're looking to just keep moving, keep creating, and keep riding the wave, dude.
That's
So-
only half the battle. It's you get it out and then you got to recharge and then go to war.
Yeah, because
now people have to hear it.
Yeah,
Well,
now
how are
you
they
have to
gonna
get
hear
it to
Now you
people.
got to get it the fuck out there. That's how.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hard part.
Yeah.
So how are you getting it the fuck out there?
Well,
What's
we've
the
been
secret?
We've been secret. I don't know. Do you know the secret?
Maybe.
Tell-
Symphonic distribution has been helping a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just getting it on the platforms. We're looking through the data, and it's like, we have somebody in Iceland who's listening.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for platforms like that or providers like that, we wouldn't possibly be able to get out to Iceland and hand somebody his CDs. So
Yeah.
I think that's a part of it. And just getting on a playlist and networking at events like this. You never know who you might meet, man.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep creating content until something hits, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Like no sugarcoating, nothing secret.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it until it hits.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't stop.
Exactly.
Just don't stop.
We're just not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you've been putting out a bunch of videos too, right? Was
Yeah.
it 2 videos that you've put out, or
Three.
one?
Three videos.
3. Oh, I've only seen 2, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
Somebody's
that's
got to
okay.
send me. What's the most recent one?
11/11 is
I
the
haven't
most
seen that
recent
one.
one. Yeah, we dropped like a week ago.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
why I've had a really busy week, so I apologize.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
no
on
worries.
it's on my list now. So yeah. So
check it out. It's directed by Pablo Vasquez. He
Oh.
also did Space Dust for us too.
Yeah, that was
So,
great.
Yeah, it's sharp, dude. I think you'll dig it.
Yeah, I love the just your visual style is so like it's different from I don't know it lends such a character to the music,
Right.
and like brings it out to me, which I feel like is what any good music video should let you understand the song a little more, or let you understand like the songwriter's process.
Definitely.
So I feel like you guys are able to create that from a just like an overall visual standpoint. I don't know if I'm kind of rambling right now.
No,
It's been a long day.
We're
but-
like classic overthinkers. We overplot. I feel like sometimes, but
yeah.
like the amount of work that goes into our videos it's insane. Like 11/11, I know you haven't seen it, but we built like an alarm clock wall. So I got 22 red digital alarm clocks from all over
Wow.
Pinellas, Polk, and Hillsborough County.
Old school.
And then when we were shooting that scene, we could only shoot for a minute at a time. And then then 5-6 hands had to come back in and switch it back to 11/11.
no.
So the time was 11/11
oh,
behind
shit.
me, right?
Yeah.
Fucking mind fucked. Worth it.
Yeah.
But it's just like every single thing is very
Maximum effort.
well thought
Yeah.
out. Yeah, maximum effort. And hopefully it translates. So yeah.
That's incredible that you would go to that length to make sure it's just right.
There's always something in the video where I'm just like, why the fuck do we do this to ourselves? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
But it's tight though because we always have like these ride or die homies that are like, yo, we're in whatever you guys need. We'll be there for the whole day. We'll set up alarm clocks. We'll help you guys organize so that you guys can be in the right headspace to not only like direct, but be an artist too and just
Yeah.
really sink into your craft. So, we couldn't do it without the homies.
Yeah, for
Remember
sure.
You're Dreaming and
Yeah. We were just talking with Billy and Mark earlier. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I love the collective. Like, I love Remember You Were Dreaming because I think it's cool that you're all very different stylistically, but you're still like a team, you know, like that.
We
You're
go
still
together.
squad.
We don't know why. Like,
Yeah.
we go together and it works, and we trust each other. And I think that's the hardest part for artists is trust.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
'Cause we get fucked over all the time for everything, you know.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate side effect of the music industry.
Exactly.
Well, everybody wants to get it, man. You
Yeah.
know? Everybody wants to make it, but I think we're kind of far enough apart. At least, you know, we're diverse enough in our sounds to where there's no toe stepping. We can all run full speed ahead, and it's all just kind of looking out for each other.
Yeah, that's a really cool way to look at it. Yeah, because I mean, you wouldn't get booked at a yoga studio like Mark and Billy would, you know, like you guys wouldn't be playing that, you know. So that makes sense.
Trapdoom yoga coming soon.
Yeah, Trapdoom yoga would actually be a pretty dope like remix album. You should get Billy on that. Yeah,
Billy ambient that out.
Yeah, man, that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to your set because the first time I saw you guys, I was actually at last year's Vibes of the Bay.
Oh,
That was the first time I was introduced to Dea Saint. I had no idea what to expect.
Okay.
You know, so now I'm coming in as like, all right, now I know what you sound like. I know the songs. Now I can like really get into the performance because last time I was so taken aback by just the energy and just the whole vibe that I was like, I was not expecting this.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I think like that's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah,
You know, that's
totally.
probably that's what you want people to get. You know,
Yeah, there's like a certain shock value that we're after. I mean, case point 1111. Once you sink into that video, you'll kind of see like the message is about shaking things up and kind of removing that stagnant energy that kind of envelops music. Sometimes people get really comfortable, and we want to challenge the boundaries of what's acceptable right now.
Yeah. I mean, you should, because what the fuck else are we gonna do with our time?
Exactly.
You know?
This is the bridging of music generation.
Yeah.
Like, in the future, people will be like, "What's a genre?"
No, I love that. I fucking love that. And actually, that's one of the things I dig about you. And I think we talked about this last time in our unheard interview that no one will ever hear because it was destroyed. But at the Creative Loafing Best of the Bay Awards last year, you won Best Hip Hop Act or Best Hip Hop Group, whatever it was called, and then also Best Punk Group.
Yeah, we were surprised by that.
Yeah, but it makes so much sense, especially in 2018. Like, kudos to Ray Roa, Creative Loafing, for like thinking like that because hip hop is as fucking punk rock as it gets right now.
It is.
You know, because you're doing it on your own. You're making the beats on your own. You're putting out like you don't need like a huge studio to make a hip hop record.
Don't.
You could do it in your bedroom.
Some of your favorite songs are in a closet.
Yeah, and that, but truly, you are both punk and hip hop. Like you can't really, I don't know, you can't separate the two.
A lot of it's the attitude or the intention behind what you're doing. I feel like can be punk or hip hop culturally. So that's kind of where our heart is, and I feel like people who understand it, they get it, and other people who don't, that's okay. Like we'll just keep making music, and hopefully it resonates, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the most punk rock thing you could do is just make music for yourself and say, fuck whatever everybody else does. I'm just gonna do my thing.
It's funny because I have this like theory that some of like the music that we write is like notes from our future selves. So it's like you make the song and you don't even understand all the way why you make the song, and then like 6 months later you're like, I made that song for myself.
Wow.
I needed that.
That's a kind of a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, to be able to look back on something you wrote and resonate with it in that way. I mean, you got to be a good artist like yourself, though. I mean, some stuff that I wrote, I'm not gonna look back on fondly in any way.
Well, it'll heal you. You don't know.
You think so?
It might.
You should hear some of the stuff I wrote.
It might heal you in a way you don't understand.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah,
you might be right. So is that part of the process now? Like going back and listening to Trapdoom again and like analyzing it from another angle, or
how is it fitting into our lives now versus when we wrote it, and like. Our goal was to create something that was kind of like timeless, and the fact that we can relate to it in whole new circumstances in our lives makes us feel like we did our job.
Right. What do you think is the biggest change, just personally, if you want to go into that, between then and now?
I would say more peace in our purpose. I think we knew we wanted to do music, but like we weren't like going like all in with it. We were still doing crappy 9-to-5 fucking soul-sucking bullshit jobs. Sorry for all the
No,
Expletives.
it's that time of night.
Okay.
Throw the F-bombs out there.
So, we weren't putting our everything into it. It's like Jerry Seinfeld talks about that. Like, well, you want to get paid for it, you got to treat it like a job.
Yeah.
And like, I feel more peace in my purpose now. So it's easier for me to be like, it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. It doesn't matter that this didn't go exactly the way that you had planned it. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
More peace and purpose.
Throw back to Jerry. He said something too where it was something to the effect of when you're a comedian, or you could apply it to an artist even, you're practicing the art of failure. Basketball players deal with that too. You're looking at a guy who's shooting 30-something%, and you're going, wow, that's really great.
Yeah, shooting 30% from three, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's like, well, 3 singles off of the 14-track album hit, but, they might not vibe with the other stuff. So it's just, having that inner confidence that no matter what's happening externally, the internal, is coming from a truthful place, and that's all.
Yeah.
Always just being able to, like, I stand by that no matter what.
I love that.
You can look me dead in my eyes and tell me it's whack, and I'll be like, that's your opinion.
Yeah. And I respect that. We can respect that too.
You're more than allowed to feel that way.
Yeah, I love that. No, and I totally I feel you 100% because I do this full time now as well.
It's hard.
And it was to make your plan A, or your plan B becomes your plan A, your plan A becomes your plan B kind of thing, where it's like,
or there is no plan
B.
You're just
well,
that's fuck a plan B.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Plan A is the only plan. That's and realizing that is like a really it was a really big moment for me to be like, all right, you know what? I'm just not going to do the office thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my own office. Yeah. So
that's the turning point.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, we like to use analogy about like planting seeds, and it's like, well, you got to wait a while before you get to eat the fruit.
Yeah.
A long while sometimes.
Yeah, a long while,
Yeah. And sometimes you don't even know what the seeds are going to grow. Sometimes the seeds end up planting something that's totally different. I like this analogy.
Exactly.
I'm going to use the seeds thing all the time.
And that doubles back to intent. So it's like if you're putting seeds, with the intent of it going well, of it, it's the positive mental attitude, that goes into that, and that's what helps the faith.
Yeah.
To say where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, faith. That's what it is.
We know that when we did it, we meant it this way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking strong, man. Yeah. That's strong.
You know.
I know.
Takes.
I know what it's.
You know
like.
what it takes.
Yeah. Well, I'm as punk rock as it gets.
Yeah.
So I love just how every time we hang out and we talk, how chill you are, and then seeing you on stage with so much energy. So what's the crowd in for tonight? Any surprises? Anything?
We're just gonna channel.
You're just gonna do it.
I never really know how it's going to go because I feel like it comes from a place that's higher than myself. So I'm going to channel tonight, and whatever the crowd needs, they're going to get. I feel like it's going to be a little
It's the coolest spot outside right now.
It is
this spot, literally, because we have a fan.
Oh man! Oh, there it is.
Right.